Happy Friday, beautiful people. Top of the day to you. It is June the 23rd, 2023. Day 62 of year 5 of reading through books, laws, and prophets. And of the 5-year consecutive day count, it is day 1442. Today we're picking back up in chapter 8 of the Holy God Spell on page 394 and verse 228. So, Father, we thank you that you are the all parent. All right, beautiful people. Y'all, I think I might have been a little bit too rough a couple times with my Megillah. My new one. It's breaking apart. I'm like, oh no. The back seam came off the glued together pages, or the bound, I should say bound pages. All right, but it's still readable. All right, beautiful people. Let's see who here in the building. Mom, shalom, shalom. Happy Friday. Avia, greetings, sis. Tabitha, shalom. Elizabeth Weaver, hi, Ray. Tikva, hey, girl, hey. Blessings and happy Friday. Eternal learner, blessings of love, peace, and joy, everyone. She said, hey. Hey, girl, hey, Mama Myers. Elijah, peace and blessings. He said, peace and blessings, beloved family. And everybody else here already hanging out in the background. Top of the day to you. Happy Friday. Let's go ahead and get started, beautiful people. All right, page 394, verse 228. And this starts the next section. It's entitled The Enchanted Garden, 7 Gifts from the Alefim to Miriam on the occasion of her 7th birthday, with the gifts of Gabriel and Ishael. All right. Nazarene is saying, shalom, fam. Grand rising. All right. Verse 228, page 394. On her 7th birthday, Miriam was in the bliss of performing an act of kindness to celebrate the gift of life. After feeding some hungry ants tiny crumbs of bread, she real serious about just giving gifts, even to ants. Okay. Like, you better catch what you can when I'm walking by, my G. On her 7th birthday, Miriam was in the bliss of performing an act of kindness to celebrate the gift of life. After feeding some hungry ants tiny crumbs of bread, Miriam was lifted unto El Cush. Yea, in the blink of an eye, she was translated to the first heaven of our world. She stood in the midst of an enchanted garden. Behold, before her was a tree of life, and beneath its branches stood Ishael and 14 Alefim. And after Alefim, Alefim, is reference number 7. Reference number 7 at the bottom of page 395. And it's a really long footnote, y'all. It says, in a previous footnote, we noted that the plural Alefim, pronounced Alefim, means elves, stemming from the singular Aleph, the Nazarene word for elf. Notice the similarity between the words Aleph and elf, as noted in the Matanah section of the Holy Megillah. Matanah is the first section, the Nazarene book of Genesis. As noted in the Matanah section of the Holy Megillah, Aleph is also the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, because Aleph is the first letter and symbolizes the primal. Primal means first, the primal air of being, Matanah chapter 6, verse 86, and also in the primal first, subtle energy of existence. Various authorities report that the original meaning of the letter A, or Aleph, is primal energy, and in Hebrew has the numerical value 1, the first number. It is the perfect name for the first race of creatures created by Elohim in the mother ovum. Not only are the Alefim the first race of beings to emerge from the great dance of Jadeh and Janah, but significantly, no member of the Alefim has ever fallen out of the heavenly realms into a hell realm, though they might visit a hell realm or contested world on a mission of mercy. Though fictional accounts of elves differ on many points and sometimes includes accounts of fallen elves who have become evil or dark elves, the Nazarene teaching is that no member of this first primordial race called Alefim has ever fallen into evil. The Nazarenes agree that some other types of exalted beings, including some high angels, have fallen, but those fallen beings have not been from the primordial race of Alefim. They were from other ancient races. The Alefim are the original residents of the highest heaven within the mother ovum, the golden realm called Madhiba, along with other less humanoid but similarly exalted races such as the unicorns. It is important to note that though Madhiba was the original homeland of Alefim, unicorns, and other exalted creatures of the primordial Eden, this Eden existed long before the Edens of the other worlds, including ours. As the highest heaven of the mother ovum, it is now the home of all beings who ascend to that level. All right, so go back up. And I'll just reread verse 232 over again. Tone the lowly one. Shalom, shalom. All right. Behold, before her was the tree of life, and beneath its branches stood Ishmael and 14 Alefim. The Alefim serve as helpers of the tree of life in many worlds. Each Aleph was birthed in Madhiba, which is the highest heaven within the mother ovum, and it is the Alefim homeland. Madhiba is the primal center of the mother ovum, where at first Zimzum was performed by Jah and Jallah before they ascended to surround the mother ovum in heaven most high. Madhiba is the highest heaven within the mother ovum, but heaven most high is higher still, being the abode of Jah and Jallah that is outside of the mother ovum. The Aleph born in Madhiba, yea, the Aleph are born in Madhiba, yea, and often take refreshment there for long periods, but also reach out to serve the tree of life in many worlds. The Alefim are born in Madhiba, yea, and often take refreshment there for long periods, but also reach out to serve the tree of life in many worlds. For lo, they are the vanguard of the body of Christ, the chief helpers of the Lord and Lady. No Aleph has ever fallen into evil. They were the first creatures created from the dance of the Lord and Lady, and have never fallen into hell world, though they may visit on missions of mercy. Yea, the Alefim, like the unicorns, are children of the embrace of the Lord and Lady, who have never fallen and thus are exalted. Even so, in their own exaltation of humility, they serve as helpers to the chief angels of the tree of life in each world, rather than as the chiefs. For it is the will of the Lord and Lady that the chief angels of the branches and roots in each world be from that world. Wherefore, in Madhiba, the Alefim are the chief angels of the tree of life in that heaven, but in lower heavens serve in humility as helpers to the chiefs. Wherefore, the chief angels in each world are not without the wisest counsel, for they are helped by Alefim, the most trusted servants of the Lord and Lady. Behold, the chief angel of a branch or root is not the force that is represented by that branch or root, but is the chief servant of that force. And the Alefim also serve as the overseers of the elementals that serve the tree of life, being masters of the marriage of the elements and forces, even as unicorns are the overseers of the animal spirits that serve the tree of life. That's one of the elements and forces. Okay, page 396, verse 248. Also, the Alefim serve as overseers of the fairy folk that serve the tree of life, and as advisors to the Nazarene wizards who serve the tree of life. But just as important as all their other duties, the Alefim are grand. What? Let me start it over. Let me highlight it. Okay, verse 249. But just as important as all their other duties, the Alefim are grand comedians. Who would ever thought that we would read something like that in here? But just as important as all their other duties, the Alefim are grand comedians, able to even to. Oh, okay. Let me read it over. But just as important as all their other duties, the Alafim are grand comedians, able even to gift the Lord and Lady with happy laughter of a pleasant nature. And in our world, and in El Cush, the Alafim serve Ishael, for she is the chief angel of the Mother Earth. And the 14 Alafim that stood beside Ishael in El Cush on the occasion of Miriam's 7th birthday are not the only Alafim that serve the tree of life in El Cush and in our world, but are the overseers of the Alafim who serve the 7 branches and 7 roots. Yea, on her 7th birthday, Miriam was lifted unto El Cush, and there she stood in the midst of an enchanted garden, and before her was the tree of life, and beneath its branches stood Ishael and 14 Alafim. Behold, this was the garden of old Eden, which was raised to El Cush at the time of the fall of mankind. Ishael spoke unto Miriam, saying, Happy is the coming of the mother. Happy is the coming of the mother as daughter of mankind. Happy are we to celebrate her 7th year in the garb of human flesh. One cycle ends, another begins, for such is the meaning of the sacred number 7. Lo, Ishael sang to Miriam a song. She sang with voice like unto forests and flowers, waters and winds. And these are the words she sang. One cycle ends, another begins, and the sacred 7, the triangle and square are wed. Sacred fulfillment, completion is found. One cycle ends, another begins with new birth. The dance of 7's and bliss continues. After Ishael sang her song, she took Miriam by the hand and led her to the center of the circle of Alafim. The 14 Alafim danced in a circle around Ishael and Miriam. As they danced, they sang this song. Blessed is her coming. Blessed is her dance. Blessed is the mortal. Blessed is the mother come as daughter of man. The 14 Alafim were in 7 pairs, after the pattern of the mating of the branches and roots of the tree of life. Then behold, each pair of Alafim gave the holy girl a gift, and each gift was from the enchanted garden of El Cush, and the manner of the giving was as follows. The first pair of Alafim to give a gift were named Bet El and Bet El. Okay, the first one is spelled B-E-T apostrophe E-L. The second one is spelled B-H-E-T apostrophe E-L. The first pair of Alafim to give a gift were named Bet-El and Bet-El. Bet-El is male and serves the angel of the sun root of the tree of life. Bet-El is female and serves the angel of power of the power branch of the tree of life. Together, Bet-El and Bet-El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a red ruby. I know where it's going. I know exactly where it's going. Okay, so pay attention. This is talking about the chakra system. Okay, so pay attention. Let me go back. Let me read it again. Okay. All right, so these are some of the hidden things within these stories. Okay, let me go back to 273. The 14 Alafim were in 7 pairs after the pattern of the mating of the branches and roots of the tree of life. Then behold, each pair of Alafim gave the holy girl a gift, and each gift was from the enchanted garden of El Cush, and the manner of the giving was as follows. The first pair of Alafim to give a gift were named Bet-El and Bet-El. Bet-El is male and serves the angel of the sun root of the tree of life. Bet-El is female and serves the angel of the power branch of the tree of life. Together, Bet-El and Bet-El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a red ruby. And after red ruby, is reference number 8. And at the bottom of page 397, 8 says, the Hebrew names of the 7 gemstones gifted to Miriam by the Alefim are given in the first chapter of the book of Enoch in the Holy Megillah. Verse 283. The second pair of Alefim to give a gift were Gimel and Gimel. Gimel is male and serves the angel of the soil of the root of the tree of life. The soil, hold on. Gimel is male and serves the angel of the soil root of the tree of life. Gimel with the H is female and serves the angel of the eternal life branch of the tree of life. Together, Gimel and Gimel danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was an orange spessartine garnet. The third pair of Alefim to give a gift were Dalet and Dalet. Dalet El and Dalet El with the H. Dalet El is male and serves the angel of the joy root of the tree of life. Dalet El with the H is female and serves the angel of the peace branch of the tree of life. Together, Dalet El and Dalet El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a yellow quartz. So at each level, each stone is representing the balance of male and female energies at this level. So also within yourself, as you balance yourself out and you become a king or a queen of 7, it's about each chakra is balancing both masculine and feminine energy together, right? Verse 295, page 397. The fourth pair of Alefim to gift a gift were Kaf El and Kaf El. These also, like, if you haven't realized, are Hebrew letters as well. Kaf El is male and serves the angel of the water root of the tree of life. Kaf El with the H is female and serves the angel of the love branch of the tree of life. Together, Kaf El and Kaf El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a green emerald. The fifth pair of Alefim to give a gift were Pe'el and Pe'el with an H. Pe'el is male and serves the angel of the life root of the tree of life. Pe'el is female and serves the angel of the work branch of the tree of life. Pe'el is female. Hold on. Let me go back. 302. Pe'el is male and serves the angel of the life root of the tree of life. Pe'el is female and serves the angel of the work branch of the tree of life. Together, Pe'el and Pe'el danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a blue sapphire. After blue sapphire is reference number 9. And down at the bottom of this page is a pretty long footnote as well. It says, as footnoted elsewhere, the ancient Nazarenes and most or all other ancient cultures did not differentiate between the colors blue and indigo, as do our modern specific charts of the visible light spectrum. Thus, the 7 colors that appear in the first chapter of Enoch, associated with the prayer stones and fruits of the dove, and then again appear here as the colors of the gemstones, are, for the ancient Nazarenes, the colors of the visible light spectrum, indigo simply being considered another shade of blue, with the 7th symbolizing the white light that is the unity of the light spectrum. We call it the unity of the light spectrum because if you combine each of the other colors of the spectrum, they actually do manifest as what we call white light. However, what we symbolically call white light is not actually white. Rather, it is translucent clear light. Because we cannot picture or illustrate clear light, artists represent it visually and verbally as white light. It should also be noted that the Nazarenes and most other ancient cultures did not differentiate between purple and amethyst and violet, considering them all to be different shades of purple. All right, go back up. Verse 307, Kings and Queens Coaching Group, Shalom, Bronzy, Yogi, Shalom, Shogun, Don Trill, Zachary, Yahoo, Jamia, Drayson the Righteous, Dreadful Cosma, everybody that came in. Top of the day to you. All right, y'all. Verse 307, page 397. The sixth pair of Alefim to give a gift were Resh El and Resh El with an H. Resh El is male and serves the angel of the air root of the tree of life. Resh El is female and serves the angel of the wisdom branch of the tree of life. Together, Resh El and Resh El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a purple amethyst. The seventh pair of Alefim to give a gift were Tav El and Tav El with an H. Tav El is male and serves the angel of the center root of the tree of life. Tav El is female and serves the angel of the center branch of the tree of life. Together, Tav El and Tav El danced before Miriam. Then together they gave her the gift of their dance, a sacred gemstone. Behold, the stone was a white crystal. Miriam thanked the Alefim for their gifts, then said, I will share the gift of these stones with others today, for behold, it is the Nazarene way of celebrating one's birth as to, hold on, let me start it over. Miriam thanked the Alefim for their gifts, then said, I will share the gift of these stones with others today, for behold, it is the Nazarene way of celebrating one's birth to give as well as to receive. For in giving, we receive inner peace. The greatest givers are the most at peace. Yea, even when hell wages war against the giver is at peace within. Even so, Jaja wishes us to enjoy both receiving and giving gifts, though our thoughts should dwell on giving, not receiving. Listen, as I was reading this, verse 319, right? And actually, through all of these, I realized this was her birthday again, clearly, right? But I started thinking about her. Remember when I shared with y'all the calendar of the zodiac, and I'm gonna have to go back and pull the I'm gonna have to pull it up. But remember a while ago, a few months back, I was telling y'all, like, when you're fast doing each month, there is and you can see it clearly on the, I'm sure there's other apps and calendars, but I use the Moon app. In the Moon app, there is, you can see clearly the times in the sky, all that different stuff. But they also, all the way at the top right hand corner, there is a circle up there, but it looks like the wheel of the zodiac. And if you click on it, it expands, it brings up the month in a different view. And within each day of the month for that particular moon cycle, it has the 12 zodiac listed out. Some last 2 days, some last 3 days, right? That chart right there. So within each month, every day within each month also lets you know which zodiac or which how can I explain this? Yeah, which zodiac, I'm trying to say the best words to say this. I guess the energy of that particular sun sign that falls on each day of the month. Okay, so let me just pull it up. I thought about this because remember how I was sharing with y'all, I was going somewhere with it. When you fast on the month of your birthday, well, when the sun or the moon is in your sun sign within a current month, you should consider fasting those days, or at least not overeating or doing anything that would hinder the flow of that chrism oil flowing through your body, right? Because like science, we literally can pick our bodies apart, as well as the spiritual side. Where is my weather app? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so okay, so if y'all have it, open it up, right? Open it up and click on. Did they change this? Hold on. Hold on. Let me go here. They did an update. I haven't looked at it. Phases. Okay, there we go. No, I want the zodiac. There we go. Okay, so they changed it. They moved it from the top right corner. Now it's on the left. Okay, so y'all probably can't see this. Okay, so if you open your app up, right? Okay, come back to the middle a little bit. Turn this. Okay, so see, okay, this is the phase of the moon right now, but okay, not here. I gotta go this way. Right here, right here. If you click on that right there, it brings up the zodiac calendar. Now, it used to be up. There we go. That right there. Hold on, y'all. I got this mirror image thing going on. I'm trying to get it together. Okay, so this right here, right? Okay. All right. So my sign is Aries, right? My birthday is March 30th. So hold on. Where am I at? Right here. Okay. So this month, hold on. Am I in the right month? June. Right. Okay. So in this, sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. In this month, my sign over here, hold on. See the ram's head right here? The 12th and the 13th. This would be the days during the month where I would consider fasting, right? This has a lot of spiritual connotations to it. So if you're aware of it and you fast, there's something special that happens each month, right? So the chrism oil that flows from the body, it's like a monthly cycle. But on the month of your birthday, and I don't even really understand how this happens, but the creator made our bodies so amazing that when you're in sync and you get back to a natural state of being what your body should be as you clean up your diet and you become plant-based or whatever, right? Clean out all the flesh foods, your spiritual, your spirit comes online, or if you be getting little sparks or whatever, it increases. But on the month of your birthday, it's like you get a double portion of gifts, spiritually, that happens when you fast. If you don't kill that chrism oil on that month, like, because if you it's a couple different ways you can kind of, for lack of better words, deplete that oil or hinder it on its journey up to Jerusalem or up here, right? Because it comes down, it flows from the pineal gland around that area, right? And it travels down, goes all the way down to the base of the spine, and it lies dormant, like Jesus in the grave 3 days. It lies dormant 3 days. Then it begins its ascension back up. Now, if you hinder that process anyway by depleting it by sexual activity, overeating, doing anything harmful to the body, you can stop that process or hinder it, and it doesn't make its full ascent, right? Which is why people, I know they talk about men, no fap November, whatever, but it doesn't just happen with men, it happens with women as well. And if you don't deplete that, that's why men who practice that no masturbation or sexual activity, it's proven that they get sharper, they get wiser, they get more intuitive. This all is like a science, a literal science that can be broken down. But people play about it and they make jokes about it, but I'm telling you, it's the absolute truth. But it's the same process, but on the month of your birthday, you tend to get a double portion of whatever gifts or whatever gifts you already have. It'll be uncovered a little bit more for you. You operate a little bit better in it. And it just amazes me, which explains a little bit also why, like, the different sun signs, like you got all the Geminis that act the same, all these different ways that they can classify groups of people who actually have the same types of behaviors, but it's It's not spooky, and it's not like new age or anything. It's literally, it's science on the way the creator created us, because we're spirits. And in this realm, these instruments that we have that we call bodies, there's literally a way to operate them while we're here. But a lot of that information has been hidden in the esoteric realm or in the occultic realm, and people who are deep in religious factions are told, don't visit that way, don't even look over there, otherwise you could get demon possessed. No, the opposite is going to happen. If you have the right teachers, and if your heart is pure and you're truly looking for a creator, you're actually going to begin to wake up and break out of bondages, right? So when this whole story of her receiving these gifts, this is an analogy of what actually happens with the body, if you can read between the lines or read the deeper story of what this is saying, right? And a lot of religious books do that, but most people, they can't see past the stories, and that's all they look at is the stories. And did this really happen? I'm like, bro, it's teaching you about yourself. Oh, only those with ears to hear can hear, and those with eyes to see can see what this story is really talking about. They're talking to you in code, right? Gloria Shalom. Oh man, y'all hear that rain? Sign in monthly moon. My Vedic and Western in me have a different sign, so maybe do both days. Maybe test it out. Test it out. Test it out. Kali, Shalom. I don't know if you want shenanigans or what you're trying to say, but Jamia already asked you, please explain. Okay. Zachariah, who said all facts, my sister. I'm also an Aries. All right, so let's get back to this. Let's get back to this real quick. So I'm gonna reshare some of that stuff into the community section. Give me a little bit afterwards, y'all, because we getting together. We about to get on the road here for the weekend. So, but I'm gonna share it. And a couple of things I said I was gonna share earlier in the week, but my time has just been like all over the place. So, all right. So go back to this. We're on page 398 in the Holy God Spell of the Holy Megillah, verse 319. Miriam thanked the Alefim for their gifts, then said, I will share the gifts of these stones with others today, for behold, it is the Nazarene way of celebrating one's birth, to give as well as to receive. For in giving, we receive inner peace. The greatest givers are the most at peace. Yea, even when hell wages war against the giver is at peace within. Even so, Jaja wishes us to enjoy both receiving and giving gifts, though our thoughts should dwell on giving, not receiving. Verse 324. Then lo, the angel Gabriel, messenger of the center branch, which is the branch of Jaja and Elohim, appeared before the tree of life. Yea, he stood beside his wife Ishael, the messenger of the center root. Gabriel spoke unto the holy child Miriam, saying, Behold, I bring you a gift. I bring you the oil of holy jasmine, which is a symbol of Jah, the divine, masculine, transcendent. For lo, even as holy frankincense is the symbol of Jade, the divine, masculine, eminent, the oil of jasmine is a symbol of Jah. Then spoke Ishael, saying, Behold, I have a gift for the mother, come as daughter. I bring you Queen Rose oil, the mate of King Jasmine. Even as holy myrrh is a symbol of the divine feminine eminent, Jannah, rose oil is the symbol of the divine feminine transcendent, Jala. Miriam embraced Gabriel and Ishael. Yea, she gave thanks for their good gifts. Miriam said, I will use these gifts to bless others. Then, behold, Miriam was no longer in El Cush, but was back in the garden of Mother Zibiah, where the holy girl had been gifting ants with crumbs of bread before being translated to El Cush. Lo, before this day was over, the child Miriam gifted 7 others with the sacred gemstones from the Alefim and the holy oils from Gabriel and Ishael. The first gift was as follows. Miriam saw a man who appeared to be lost. Upon her inquiry, the man admitted that he was indeed lost, and he said that he felt weak and disoriented. Miriam gave him the red ruby, saying, hold the red ruby in your hand, think of the sun. The man did so, and behold, as he became oriented to the sun, which is the center of our solar system, he became centered in his own body, feeling balanced and at home. And for those of you who have studied the chakras, pay attention. I can see where this story is going now, simply by this first one. This man needed to get his root chakra under control, which is red, which is why she gave him the ruby. And it's talking about balance. If you look at the chakra charts, you will see that that each chakra or each spiraling, whirling vortex within your center being, starting from the base all the way, the base or the root all the way up to the crown, they all represent something different in your life and affects different things and aspects about your life. The root being balance, security, just balance is the best word for that. Just walking balance in every area, right? I'm gonna read it again. Verse 337. Miriam saw a man who appeared to be lost. Upon her inquiry, the man admitted that he was indeed lost, and he said that he felt weak and disoriented. Miriam gave him the red ruby, saying, hold the red ruby in your hand and think of the sun. The man did so, and behold, as he became oriented to the sun, which is the center of our solar system, he became centered in his own body, feeling balanced and at home. Then the sacred fire at the base, see, it's going into it. I ain't even read this. Listen, I'm about to get into it. Look, listen, okay. I'm gonna read verse 341 again. The man did so, and behold, as he became oriented to the sun, which is the center of our solar system, he became centered in his own body, feeling balanced and at home. Then the sacred fire at the base of his spine was awakened. Yea, as the sacred fire rose up his spine, the man felt great power within himself. Behold, the man was no longer weak. Behold, the man was no longer disoriented, neither did he feel weak. As the man gave thanks, Miriam said, now that you have power, use it for good purposes. Lo, one path of power leads to hell, the other path of power leads to heaven. Now that you are not lost, help others find the way. The man replied, I will pay you for your good service. Miriam replied, my help is a gift. Yea, you keep the red ruby, and when you see someone in need as you were in need, give them with the healing stone. Teach them to do likewise. May this healing stone pass from hand to hand, always as a gift. The man said, so be it. And in heaven most high, Jah said, the light is increased, right? And so when you clean it up, you become balanced. It's a representation of that red light or that red color, which is represented at the base. It gets shinier and it should become like a translucent, right? When you're unbalanced, that red is like darkened and it's cloudy, symbolizing you are out of balance, right? Okay. May this healing, verse 350, page 399, I'm going to read it again. May this healing stone pass from hand to hand, always as a gift. The man said, so be it. And in heaven most high, Jah said, the light is increased. Yea, let there perpetually be more light. O reader, who would have known that Jah and Jala were watching? The enlightened know. Behold, Jah sees everything from heaven most high. Wherefore, from their abode in heaven most high, Jah saw the deed of Miriam and saw that deed cause light to expand. Yea, Jah and Jala see all things and perpetually chant enchantments of blessings upon the mother ovum, as do their wizards. Verse 359. Miriam heard a neighbor woman crying out in the pain of childbirth. Miriam entered the home of the woman and heard the midwife say to Zibiah, lo, she is having a painful birthing. Miriam took from her pouch the orange spessartine garnet and said to the midwife, hold this healing stone over her pelvic area, right? So now you're talking about the sacral chakra, the sexuality of a person, right? People who are out of whack here live all manner of lifestyles, right? And make all manner of excuses for this lifestyle when that stone is clouded. We'll say that. Miriam took from her pouch the orange spessartine garnet and said to the midwife, "Hold this healing stone over her pelvic area. It will reduce her pain." The midwife replied, "Yea, it was an orange spessartine garnet." Hold on. The midwife replied, "Yea." Why would he be calling me this early? Hold on. Yes, sir. You gonna be here on time? Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Verse 362. It will reduce her pain. The midwife replied, "Yea, it is an orange spessartine garnet that graced the second prayer stone of old Eden, even as revealed in the book of Enoch. Behold, that stone is linked to fertility and eternal life, which is the second of the Sephir row of the tree of life, as revealed in the book of Matanah." Then the midwife held the gemstone over the pelvic area of the woman, and lo, the woman ceased crying in pain. The woman opened her eyes and beheld the gemstone, saying, "I feel great relief from pain." All the women in the room thanked little Miriam. Miriam said to the midwife, "Keep the gemstone and use it to help others." Behold, as Miriam exited the home of the woman who had now given birth to a healthy baby boy, the holy child saw a teenage girl sitting by a tree crying. Miriam approached the older child and said, "Why are you crying?" The older girl replied, "I am so upset. The boy I like is playing with another girl. I feel angry and jealous and hurt." Miriam said, "Hold this healing stone in your hand and think of joy and peace." Miriam handed the yellow quartz to the girl. The older girl was so desperate to feel better that she did exactly as little Miriam asked. And behold, just after a few minutes, the older girl smiled and said, "When I think of joy and peace, I feel joyful and peaceful. And lo, the gemstone is warm in my hand and makes me feel happy." Miriam smiled and said, "Keep the stone and share joy and peace with others." Next, Miriam went for a walk. That was the third chakra. Hold on, let me grab the chakra. The yellow, which is the navel area, right? I'm gonna just read it. Okay. So the root chakra, base of the spine, is red. The prime function is grounding and security, survival, primal energy, taking care of self and others, right? The divine principle or goal, simplicity. Simplicity and basics, stability, self-preservation, awakening, primal instincts. The physical property, the physical property, it says anxiety, dyslexia, grounding in physical plane. The anatomical connections or the glands are the reproductive system, sex, testes, vagina, pelvis, legs, feet, and tailbone. Physical needs, base, needs of safety and security, being grounded, behaviors, sexuality, and fear. If you have a lot of fear, that's the red area, the red chakra, right? If you're fearing anything, that means your base root chakra is cloudy. The second one, the orange, is the navel or the sacral chakra, right? The main issue is relationships and emotions, sexuality and intimacy, expressing needs, emotional, sexual. The divine principle or goal, sensitivity and sensuality, sensual desire, reproduction, responding, giving, receiving. The physical property or the senses, coals, life force, aliveness, energy, sex, creativity, taste. The anatomical connections, sacral, abdomen, spleen, urinary tract, kidneys, ovaries, uterus, blood sugar or gonads. And then the emotional connections are intimacy and letting go, taste, emotional needs, emotional cleansing, warmth, desire. So, and we're at now the navel, right? The third one, the yellow one, the solar plexus. Energy, the main function or prime function, the main issue. Energy and vitality, willpower, desire, personal authority, the divine principle or goal. Inner strength, self-control. Remember the girl that's crying because the boy she liked was playing with another girl. Inner strength, self-control, purpose, metabolism, and motion, energize, emotions. The physical property of that or senses is vital energy, the body's battery, gut instinct, low intuition, sight. Anatomical connections, the solar plexus, digestive system, stomach, liver, gallbladder, bowel, small intestine, pancreas. You guys ever been in like an emotional state of mind about something and immediately you either lose your appetite or your stomach drop and you got to always go to the bathroom or something like that? All of this is connected with all of these things and outside emotions, which will cause the body to operate in different ways. Stressors, all of this type of stuff. The emotional connections, self-control, efficiency, purpose, strive for perfection, details, mental and willpower, anger. That's the one we had. The little girl is mad about this. Anger, right? Okay. So now at this point, I'm gonna read. After we read it, I'll read the chart. Okay. Verse 361, I go back. Miriam took from her pouch the orange spacecraft garnet and said, no, I'm sorry, I went back too far. I'm sorry. Verse 369. Behold, as Miriam exited the home of the woman who had now given birth to a healthy baby boy, the holy child saw a teenage girl sitting by a tree crying. Miriam approached the older child and said, "Why are you crying?" The older girl replied, "I am so upset. The boy I like is playing with another girl. I feel angry and jealous and hurt," right? Self-control, mental, willpower, anger, right? "I feel angry and jealous and hurt." Miriam said, "Hold this healing stone in your hand and think of joy and peace." Miriam handed the yellow quartz to the girl. The older girl was so desperate to feel better that she did exactly as little Miriam asked. And behold, just after a few minutes, the older girl smiled and said, "When I think of joy and peace, I feel joyful and peaceful. And lo, the gemstone is warm in my hand and makes me feel happy." Miriam smiled and said, "Keep the stone and share joy and peace with others." Next, Miriam went for a walk. After a while, lo, she saw her father, Zamira, playing harp beneath a tree. She sat beside him for a while, enjoying his beautiful music. She said, "Father, you have a new harp. Lo, it is much smaller than your other harp." Zamira replied, "This one is for you in celebration of your..." And wouldn't you know it, the next one, right? The harp. Me and Bella was, it's crazy. Yesterday, in Bella's okay, so we use Me Academy now for our homeschool curriculum, and they all have a music section that they do, right? So they're getting familiar with the instruments and stuff. And we decided maybe when they get to sixth grade, we'll start actually assigning them an instrument based on their overall personality. I asked each of them which instrument they wanted to play, and what was amazing is they picked the instrument that coincides with their personality. Everybody here should know the instrument that Isaiah picked. My child liked to fight. How many of y'all want to take a guess on the instrument he said he would love to play? This is just sidebar. But this is amazing to me, right? I love homeschooling. Sometimes it's challenging, but it really gives me the opportunity to really pay attention to my children in everyday things. Watch the, you got it, Jamia, the drum, right? The drum. It gives me the opportunity to really pay attention to the small details, how they like crack jokes and interact with one another when we get out amongst other people, and how they interact with other children, just the way they think and process things, how when they can't process it appropriately, their frustrations, like all of these little nuances I begin to pick up. And even with the learning, if they're not quite picking something up, how we need to adjust it, and just different things like that, right? And their personalities, to me, that's one of the things I prayed. I'm like, Father, first of all, don't let my kids be dumb because I done chose to homeschool. Help me, help them. Because sometimes I have the days I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm like, you know what? And when I'm having those days, I'll go back and see what I need to do to put them back in somebody's school, right? And then we got to go through the whole. I ain't even gonna get into all that, but anyway, get back to the main point. In Bella's yesterday, the section of music, she started learning about the harp. And we began to talk about it. She said, what is that? I never seen that before. I said, it's called a harp, HARP. I said, but what does it look like? She said, it looks like a heart. I said, exactly. I said, even though harp is not heart, it's kind of close. So when people look at it, you remember the heart is shaped in the shape is a heart, and that's how you can remember the name harp. So that's pretty dope. Okay, so listen. And I said, wouldn't you know it here for the fourth chakra, she would walk up on her father playing a harp, right? And guess what the fourth chakra is? The heart chakra. This is dope. Right. Oh, yeah. Just to go back, everybody, of course, Isaiah's instrument was the drums. Just it's his whole nature, right? For y'all that didn't know, Josiah is not only is he my little morning coffee buddy. I don't really let him drink coffee a lot or whatever, but he's like the night owl. He'll stay up with me and talk or whatever. But I noticed also, out of all my children, he's the child that sings the most, right? So he likes to sing, and he really does. He loves music, but he really loves worship music. He won't walk around singing loud, but you can always catch him humming a tune, And also something I notice is that he picks up on lyrics and music extremely fast. Like we were sitting there, they played one song. I think it was a new song that came out. I forget it. One of these really fast talking, like tongue twister songs. But we were sitting in the car. They said, let us, I let them. They said, can we DJ? I said, sure. Go ahead. Y'all choose the songs. So they be picking some of everything. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Turn, look, not me telling them turn that when I listen to Tina Snow and Cardi B, right? Filth, Florin, filth. I'm like, oh my God, but that's not a setting for children, right? So I let him pick a song, and he went through. Y'all ever heard of Twister? I mean, it's a lot of them. Even what's his name? Busta Rhymes. It was a song like that, and he went through, and I heard him, and I turned it down a little bit. They was like, turn it back up. But Josiah was sitting right behind me, and I promise you, he didn't miss a word. At first, I was like, maybe he just moving his fast. Like, blah, 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 blah. I thought he was doing something like that. No, he was going super fast, enunciating each and every word. It blew my mind. I said, wait a minute. How many times have you listened to this song? Only a few. He said, but I really like it. That's how I remember it so fast. But I beg to differ. I think it's more than that. I think he actually has a particular gift. So with him, his instrument that he chose, how many want to guess what instrument he chose? Now, some might get this right, some might get it wrong. Some might get it right. You said a trumpet, or you was talking about Isaiah. Hold on. Look, go on for it. Tone the lowly one. I want to homeschool mine too. Look, Isaiah definitely was drums, right? Dragon, Lotus, Meta, Spiritual Society, Shalom, sis. Let's see, you can still try these things out, even if your birthday is past. The Creator sees your efforts and will bless it. Oh, absolutely, I agree with her on that. Right, what we was just talking about previously, you will get results. Okay, yep, drums, Isaiah, drums, percussion. Right. You said Bella, piano, maybe. We ain't got to Bella yet, right? We ain't got to Bella yet. The program, I was using time for learning, which is pretty cool. But I think my kids, they kind of, I ain't gonna say they outgrew it, but I think because of the dynamic of our family, this one called Me Academy, it's more of, it has like this social media element type to it or whatever, where they can chat with all the other students here. Within it, but also they have within it, they can earn money. It's like a job or whatever. We can give them points, or we can give them gold coins, but also they have it to where it's not just some of the programs just like watching the interactive videos, and maybe it's like gameplay or whatever. But with this particular one, I really like it because we own a business, and within it, it's like the simulation that they have with the children. If they can have a store, they can sell different things. If they have like drawing gifts and abilities and stuff, they can design things, they can put it on clothes, they can put it in the store, they can sell it for however much they want. It's like a real commerce type thing that they built into it, even though it's online money and you can't go buy nothing. But within it, it teaches them a lot of principles and help them use their math, design things. I think it's real dope. Me Academy, MI Academy. I think it's .co, not .com, but look it up. I'll share it with y'all. Because sometimes if you pull up, you might get it wrong. They have a couple different programs like ice cream and something dragons. You can also buy a dragon in here too. I'm like, oh my God, I want a dragon. Y'all know before, I talked about getting a dragon. Okay. But I really like this. There you go. Okay, so back to Isaiah, right? I see one person got it. Not Isaiah, Josiah. Uncle reminded me of piano is a harp on the side. Piano is a harp on its the piano is a harp on its side. Oh, snap. You are right. I'm thinking about the shape of a piano. Oh, that's dope. Okay. A flute, nope. Violin, nope. Hold on. Let me jump down. Sorry. I don't know this one. Guitar, Dragon Lotus, got it. Josiah, with his whole mannerism, he's soft spoken. He's like this gentle giant type personality or whatever, and he is kind of like a giant. He's not the oldest. Josh is the oldest, but he's taller than Josh now. So he got like this. People think he's older than Josh. But he's not. But yeah, the guitar, the strings. I think anything string he might go for, but particularly the guitar. And I think it fits his personality really well. Think about people, and I look at different people because I love the guitar as well. But there's like this special liking. Even when we go to places where you see one, he'll go look for that and he'll just touch it or something and run his fingers through it. So I'm paying attention to all of these little things about them to help develop gifts over time. And we just kind of decided that when they get to the 6th grade, and we chose that, and we could change that, but we chose that because we got so many of them, right? And that's a whole lot of money. I did go, remind you, they in karate too, developing the inner disciplines and stuff. So when I went to sign them up, and we did for a free lesson and everything, everybody was going to do their instrument. James was like, first of all, you going to be the one running around here taking them to all this stuff. He said, because we didn't agree that it was going to start playing an instrument just yet. So I started thinking about what he was saying. It's like soccer moms running all over the place. I'm like, you're right. My schedule, I'm already still trying to get my time schedule under control. All right, so back to the instruments. Joshua. Now, let me tell you about Joshua. Joshua, not the oldest, but he's the oldest of the smaller Murphys. Elijah and Jeremiah, they like 7 years apart. So they're adults now, right? So Joshua is 12. Let me tell you about Joshua. Joshua is very disciplined, right? Joshua is disciplined like Jeremiah is disciplined. Like Jeremiah going to the gym, like even though the boy eats or whatever, he has this time schedule that he sets for himself. I'm like, oh, that I could glean and take some of the discipline in that area that you have, right? But he's just like that. If he's not hungry, he will not eat, right? If there's like if he's done with something, he's done with it. He don't let it linger on. He'll make a decision like really quick. It's just different things about him. I'm like him. Joshua and Jeremiah have their father's personality. And my husband is like that. It's like he'll think about it, he'll look through it, make a decision. He's like, go through it, just pinpointing different things. Joshua is like that to the T, just like Jeremiah, you know. So I'm like, okay. And so I asked Josh, I just kind of knew right off top. And you would think sometime when Josh talked to you and he's getting older, his voice is changes a little bit deeper. And sometimes when he talks, it's like really firm. He just has this, he's almost, I ain't gonna say perfectionist, but it's like really just like this real discipline about him, you know, and I absolutely love it. So when he told me the instrument that he wanted to play, it didn't shock me at all, because to play this instrument, matter of fact, it's known to be one of the hardest instruments to to master. And all of them, it takes a lot of discipline and, you know, practice or whatever, but it's one of the hardest, right? And so he picked, I think somebody, Tabitha said, I'll let a few people guess. I was gonna go through the answers. He sounds like a violin person. Tickler said trombone. Anybody else want to guess? Well, he might. The instrument he chose? Bongos. I ain't even thought about bongos. So clearly, y'all probably know bongos is not the one. Josh doesn't have the personality of a bongo person. You know, just think about the instrument, right? Think of flute. No, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Tabitha got it right. He is a violin. He chose the violin, right? And so I was like, it didn't shock me that he chose the violin. I was like, why did you choose the violin? He said, I think it'll take me a while to master it. He said, and it looks kind of hard, but I like stuff like that. You know, so I'm just like, this is amazing. Now, Bella, in my estimation, clarinet, look, I played the clarinet. Right, my sister played the violin. She said the violin is not difficult to play. See, but y'all, like, to people who like have that type of like mindset for certain things, like you're already bent in that direction for that. Like that's right up your alley. Like Isaiah want to fight drums, you know, that's like it's already a part of him, right? So it's not hard. You just need to perfect the gift with that instrument, and it literally become an extension of you, right? And so it'll allow you to communicate in another way, you know. So not only communicating like with your body, this instrument you're learning how to play right here, becoming a king of seven or a queen of seven, right? But you also now can extend that gift to wood instruments, string instruments, and now you can literally help affect more people. Even if you never open your mouth, you can create a tune, because everything that we do down here is actually producing a tune in the spiritual realm. It's vibration and everything, right? Right. That's why you played the cello too. Elijah and Jeremiah, my early homeschooling days, that, you know, we didn't even get into none of this stuff. I'm just like trying to make it. I don't know what I was doing. But they didn't really play an instrument. But Elijah, he actually graduated from high school. We homeschooled him a couple years. But he actually graduated. He was in sports. Jeremiah ran track. You know, track though he won. He has a few medals or whatever. He's disciplined. You know, and so running track for him was his thing. Like other sports, like disciplined people, it's like people who have like this discipline, that type of they're like the leadership faction of people, right? That because you have to have really strict disciplines about yourself in order to lead people. So those ones like that participate in like individual sports, like running track or playing some of the hard instruments that, you know, require a lot of discipline, things you have to learn how to do by yourself, being accountable to yourself, learning how to say no, not being pulled in by peer pressure, being able to do those things. Those are the leadership factions, right? And if you recognize those things early, you can help them to develop that, you know. So, but it's really been it's really been education for me watching them, you know. So watching them and learning how to observe them and teaching them and guiding them in the way that they were created and already bent helps me to help them develop that gift that's already inside of them, right? So But yeah, that's a little sidebar. What we had? Oh my gosh. Listen, it's Friday. It's already 7:30. We're literally at the hour and 6 minute mark. We are going to have to pause right here, right? But let me tell y'all something too. We ain't gonna be here tomorrow. I mean, I know it's not the Sabbath, it's Sunday, but we're leaving for a little mini vacation. And we decided when the family goes vacation that I'm going to cut off everything. So full focus on the family. Like for the last 5 years, everywhere I went, it's only been a few places, but y'all went with us. We was in Hawaii, up Delhi, all this, but I've decided we need some sacred places, right? So when we go away for family vacation now or whatever, or private vacation, we'll take pictures and we'll upload it later, let y'all see. But for those days that we've set aside just for us to go do some stuff, just to kind of unplug, relax, release, we're just gonna cut out all social media and all that stuff. So we'll be back here Monday, right? So we got a 2-day weekend. If y'all want to read ahead, go ahead, read ahead. I don't mind, but I'm not gonna read ahead. I like to be shocked with y'all. So with that being said, beautiful people, let's go ahead and pause. What I do with my? Oh, there you go. We're gonna pause right here. Let me see. We're gonna start at verse 380 when she rolled up on her father playing the harp, because that's when we start going into my little side story about the music and stuff, and Bella's lesson yesterday with the harp. All right. So on page 399. All the way to 380. All right, let me make my note over here on Monday. Start at verse 380, page 399. All right, beautiful people. So with that being said, thank y'all for hanging out today. It is Friday, June the 23rd, 2023, day 62 of year 5 of reading through books, laws, and prophets. Another 5-year consecutive day count. It is day 1442. Today, inside the Holy Megillah, also called the Secret Nazarite Scroll, we are in the section entitled The God Spell in chapter 8. And we started on page 394 and we ended on page 399, which included verses 228 is where we began. And we went all the way to verse 384, but I'm going to just say 380, right? But we'll pick it back up with verse 380 tomorrow. So with that being said, beautiful people, Father, we thank you that you are good to us always. All right, y'all. So, did I share Bella's instrument? Let me see. So, so Bella likes, a few people have guessed it, right? But I'm not exactly sure just yet. I'm thinking piano, and I've seen a couple people put in piano for Bella, but I'm not quite sure yet. Bella's personality, and she's still 6, right? So there's a lot of things that's going to develop about her, right? But she is very I wouldn't necessarily say flamboyant, but she definitely has this creative spark about her, right? And a lot of girls do with the clothing. So I'm not really counting the clothing changes all day long or whatever, but I do look at how she puts different outfits together and how she'll change it and how she'll get things that have like flair to it, and shoes that make noise, sound like heels or whatever, and her even walking through the house and primping, doing things like this, the way she can look at something and mimic it like a dance or whatever. She can mimic it almost like perfectly. I told you about the time my sister, she texted me, she said, look at this, the whole TikTok rigmarole, which is why I went through there and I started looking at all the videos. She was up there dancing. She's really skinny, but she has this rhythm about her like nobody's business. At like 6 years old, I'm like, darn. My sister like, I can't even move like that. And James, he said, girl, he got on about it. Of course, she was crying, daddy's little girl. And, after he was shocked and awed that his baby girl was twerking on TikTok. I would say that was a little bit of overstatement, but she was literally like twerking. I'm like, where did you see this? I'm like, you know what? This speaks bad about me. Give me my phone, right? Because she'll get it and I'll let her take my phone or whatever. And she'll go through it and be on the little learning games and stuff, right? And me thinking she's going to stay on the learning games. She's not. She ventures into TikTok. She knows how to use it. She knows how to record, know how to put the filters and everything. Like she taught herself how to do all of this, right? And she had a bunch of different videos up there. And I'm like, oh my God. I hadn't even checked our personal TikTok. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So, but I was thinking maybe piano, but I think piano, I'm not going to say it's a little too plain for her personality because I don't necessarily think the piano is plain. I absolutely love the piano. But I think that her instrument, and like I said, I'm not quite sure because she's really only 6 and there are some things, but I'm thinking she may get something that's something a little bit more extravagant. And maybe like I would think maybe like the saxophone or something like that. You know, I'm not quite sure with her yet, even though when she looking at the instrument, she likes the piano, whatever. And you can get pretty jazzy and you know, different types you can get and like organs there, but that's like old school. But I'm not quite sure, you know. So I'm thinking I thought piano, but I'm not quite sure on the piano with Bella yet. So we don't know. I don't know. She is very precocious. Yes, thank you. She is. But Eternal Learner said Bella sounds like my 6-year-old granddaughter so much. Yeah, so she's like this colorful spark of everything. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not quite sure just yet. But she loved, and she may not even pick one of those instruments. Her instrument, she may, as she learns to become a queen of 7, her instrument may indeed be her body because she loves to dance, right? And she been asking us for the last few weeks if she could get in a dance class. Like she's like, can I sign up for dance? You know, so that indeed may be her instrument, like because that's what she does. Like she'll dance, she'll put on YouTube. My nieces come over, whatever, they'll put on YouTube, go to these little dance things or whatever, and Bella be out dancing them. They stand there looking at her, sweating all out of breath. Bella, wait a minute, how you do that? I'm like, yeah, Bella, how you do that? I'm like, wait a minute, cut this crap off. Wait a minute, what? How did you learn how to do this stuff? You know, so, but yeah, so her instrument may indeed be her body, you know, in dance or whatever. I can definitely see that with her, but we'll see. But that's it for today, y'all. We gotta go ahead and get out here. We gotta start getting going. I don't know. We probably may wait a little while. It's thundering and lightning. I don't want to drive out here in a storm, so we'll wait till this calm down a little bit. But that's it for today, y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all back here Monday morning. Oh, look, here she come. Monday morning. You want to end today? She ain't ended it in a while. Come on. There she go. Don't stand up because you got them little shorts on. All right. All right, beautiful people. I love y'all. We'll see y'all back here Monday morning, bright and early, 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace. Okay, hold on. So remember how to end this one? Mm-hmm. Very good. You go right to brand. Which one? Oh!
But I see through you!
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gold, I've been far away. I'm illuminated now, making moves.
What did you just do to me?
I pushed your astral form out of your physical form.
What's in that tea? Psilocybin? LSD?
It's just tea. With a little honey.
What just happened?
For a moment, you entered the astral dimension.
What?
A place where the soul exists apart from the body.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know. Open your eye.
Been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the sign.
What's happening? This isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real, this is...
Dreaming about dying for a long time. I had a vision from the crazy sign.
His heart rate is getting dangerously high.
He looks all right to me. You think that this material universe is all there is?
I don't need gravity, I need
What mysteries lie beyond the reach of your senses? Existence, mind and matter meet. Thoughts shape reality.
I don't need gravity, I just need growth. I'm a fine line, I'm a mislead of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink, I just float.
Some benevolent and life-giving, filled with malice and hunger. Dark places where powers older than time and waiting.
I don't swim or sink, I just float.
Who are you in this vast multiverse?
I don't need gravity, I just need I don't need gravity, I just need growth.
Have you seen that before in a gift shop?
I don't need gravity, I just need growth.
Teach me.
No.
It's an earthquake rumble. I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.